My life became so much better when I learned to decenter men and center myself. Hi, I'm Chloe. I studied social work at the University of Toronto, specifically children and families, and I consider myself to be a relationship expert. I love giving self-love and confidence advice to women, especially when it comes to dating, and I also love helping women become their most authentic and fulfilled selves. Today, I want to talk about what it means to be a woman in the context of a romantic relationship with a man. So whether you're single and looking for a relationship, or maybe you're already in one, it is very easy to lose yourself trying to be everything for a man. So in the context of seeking a partner, many women will bend and shapeshift, trying to fit themselves into a box to be attractive for a man and to get a man to like you. And I know this because I'm guilty of this. I've done this before. Maybe you dim your sparkle because you don't want to be deemed too much, or you might hold back expressing your feelings, feel anxious, wonder when to text back if you said the right thing, and you may end up spending a lot of your precious time thinking about a man that you don't even know that well, or maybe you don't even know him well enough to determine if you actually like him. On the other end, maybe you're already dating a man and you end up in this position where you're acting like his mom, his therapist, his lover, his health coach, his career advisor. Many women can relate to the feeling of trying to be everything to support a man, and that can mean giving up a lot because all of that emotional and physical effort takes up a lot of time. Time that I believe is better focused on you. You need to learn to see your time and your mental energy as one of, if not the most precious resources in the world. Your brain power and your effort and your energy and everything you're investing into him needs to be invested into you, because that's what's actually going to help you achieve all of your goals and dreams and give you this amazing life that you so desperately crave. It will not come from a man or a partner. It needs to come from within you first. So if you're currently dealing with a man and you're not seeing a return on your investment, meaning you aren't being uplifted and supported or feeling fulfilled in the same way that you're supporting him, it's not worth it. A relationship should be a mutual push and pull of supporting each other, and you cannot be doing all of the heavy lifting all the time because you will burn out. I really want you to think about what you would do with your time and energy if you weren't so focused on finding a partner. What could you do? Would you start a business? Would you try and build your dream friend group? Would you travel? What have you always wanted to try but never did because you were too afraid? That is what you should focus on. Focus on becoming your most confident self and creating your dream life, a life that is so fulfilling, so purposeful, so fun, and so exciting that it would be a privilege to be a part of that. Instead of hoping to join in on what someone else has got going on, give that to yourself first and watch your life change and open up in ways that you never thought possible.
What they don't tell you about when you start decentering men in your life is that you'll stop being able to relate to so many people and so many different types of conversations. When I was constantly dating and constantly having crushes, I was able to relate to so many of my friends. I was able to relate to this larger cultural zeitgeist of like single woman culture. Now that I've stopped dating and I've stopped centering men in my life, I really have very, very few, almost no people to relate to, because people aren't posting about decentering men as much as they are about being single and wanting to date. So it makes the process of decentering men and decentering pursuing dating a little bit more lonely and isolated. And it's just interesting.
Today's lesson is how to decenter men and stop craving male validation. You need to find hobbies that don't have to do with men. If you don't have any hobbies, then the only real thing going on for you that's outside of the normal is your relationship. Next is make a to-do list every single day that doesn't have to do with men. Wake up, you get on a dating app, you text men, swiping on a dating app to texting these men, and then you call them and you're on FaceTime with them all day. You're always with them. Anytime they want you to pull up, you're pulling up. Texting them all day will not be a fucking option because you're gonna cut that out by only doing things that you have to do on your to-do list. Obviously, keep yourself so busy that you don't have time to think about them. This one works wonders. You don't have to act like, oh, I'm gonna ignore his text for 3 hours, because girl, you're already not gonna respond for those 3 hours because you're gonna be doing things to level up yourself. And then slowly but surely, you will start to get used to their presence not being there all the time. It'll become a normal thing for you not to call them and not to text them. You'll realize how much happier you are to not constantly being like, how can I cater to the male gaze? How can I make him think that I'm this amazing person? Because you'll just be living your life. You won't be asking yourself, why hasn't he called me back yet? You'll be so busy to the point where you won't even notice that he hasn't texted you. And that is how you start to decenter them from your life, by just doing you. Delete the dating apps. I'm not playing with you. Delete them dating apps, girl. Having dating apps just proves that these random men that you don't even know still have access to you. You need to make it clear to yourself you're not accessible without commitment, and dating apps Girl, there's no commitment coming out of dating apps, especially Tinder. Go ahead and stop checking your social media, DMs, messages, notifications. These are men that you've never met, you don't see them, and yet you're wondering who's liking your stuff. You're wondering who's in your DMs. If you're checking your DMs specifically to text men, ooh. Ooh, this next one, girl. Do not Snapchat a man. Do not Snapchat a man. Do not Snapchat a... Absolutely no exceptions. I didn't care about a man, then I would choose to snap him. Just think about that. Like, as a man, why would he choose to snap you over just texting you regularly? When a man asks me for my Snapchat, I immediately am like, get far away from me. Last one is you do not have to hate men in order to prioritize yourself in your life before theirs. Just keep your distance. I'm not saying act like men don't exist and stop dating and stop. No, like absolutely not. I'm just saying you need to always put yourself first. The moment that you put a man before you is the moment that you make men the center of your life. That's a no-no. They should be centering you, honey. I'm gonna let you guys screenshot this for future use so that you never forget. All right, dolls, good luck.
Ladies, men's primary focus is not relationships. They are biologically selfish. And they can come in the comments here and deny it until they're blue in the face. But this is the facts. And the quicker you realize this as a woman, the happier you will be in this life. Once you realize that a man does not give an F about you, you will be happier as a woman. When you start to think this way, you will naturally prioritize yourself. And that is something that as women we should have done many years ago. We should have done centuries ago. And I don't just mean being out here for survival. No, I mean really decentering men and centering ourselves. Men's primary focus is not relationships. It's career, status, and personal goals. Where's relationships in that? Doesn't exist. Because men don't center their lives around relationships. In fact, they see relationships as just like an addition, as something that's just kind of there, lingering. They don't go out seeking relationships. They go out seeking pleasure. Oh yeah. And we're gonna trigger some men today because they're not gonna like that. Oh no, we care about love. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. And the younger you realize this as a girl as well, by the way, the happier you will be. Because ladies, men do not give an F about you and they never will. Because they are not wired to care about you. They are wired to feel fulfillment through doing things like providing and protecting. They get a hit of dopamine from doing those things. So when they take care of you and they do these manly things that they are supposed to do, that are their duties, they get a hit of dopamine, the happy hormones. They feel good. That's it. That's as far as it goes with a man. He's never going to feel anything else for you. He's not going to feel that undenying love that you've been taught in the fairy tales, that we've been taught as young girls growing up, that, you know, there's Prince Charming. There was nothing charming about Prince Charming. And all the princesses, they were silenced. They had to sacrifice things in order to be princesses. They were controlled. They were watched. The fairy tales really aren't fairy tales. And the quicker you realize this, the happier you will be in life. And you will stop putting your life on pause and wasting all your good years. When men don't care about you, they don't care about you. They don't. They've showed you consistently, time after time, that they don't care about you. They don't care about women. Men only respect other men. When has a man ever really valued your opinion? I'll wait. When has a man ever valued your opinion? Oh, but if his friend said the same thing to him that you said to him, he would take his friend's advice. He would listen to his friend. He would value his friend's view above yours. But yet you still want to sit here and be like, oh, no, like my man like really cares about me and he really listens to me and he really, like listens to what I've got to say and he cares about what I have to say. Does he? Does he? Or is he just doing it because he feels like he has to and he wants a happy life? Ladies, wake up and smell the coffee. Men do not give an F about you and they never will. And I'm saying that not to be horrible and not to be mean. And I have been targeted on here. I get hateful DMs by these triggered men. But you know what? I don't care. I continue to post this content and I continue to send out this message because this is a safe space for women to finally find their voice and find their power.
If you're hyperfixated on finding a man or a high value man or a provider man, I can promise you're not going to find it. I can promise you. You know why? Because if you're hyperfixated on it, you are not fixated on yourself. If you're hyperfixated on finding a man rather than hyperfixated on being the best version of yourself and knowing that wherever you go, you are the prize, I know you're not attracting. Like, I know. And that's not me trying to put you down. It's just me understanding the law of energy and energetics and knowing that if you're radiating outwards so much so to the point that you are not focusing inwards, then it's just not going to work. Like, there's a difference between having a goal of meeting people, whether that's a man or friends, versus like desperately trying and like everything you do converges on this one thing and like every decision you make and every place you decide to go to and everything your life is revolved around is like this one thing. It is like there's a very fine line between being perseverant and being obsessed with anything other than what is going to make you radiate. For example, today I had the most amazing day today. I got pampered today, okay? And then after I did that, I went right across the street. I was hungry and I was like, oh, okay, I'll figure out like what I'm gonna do. I didn't really like have too much of a plan on where I wanted to go. And I walked outside and I saw this Mexican restaurant and I drive up there, I go park, I come around the corner to see like the front of the restaurant that I didn't even see when I decided to go there. And when I tell you, it was Bentley, Porsche, Rolls Royce, like all these cars. Okay. I wasn't looking for it. I literally just stumbled across, like I just came across this place. And I go inside and I sit by myself. I have like the most beautiful lunch. Like it was quiet. There were these lovely older ladies just like talking and chatting, and like other people probably would have gotten annoyed by them like chattering and laughing, but like I was just enjoying the like view. It was right up against a golf course and there were like all of these guys playing golf, like all targets, you know? And I'm not over here like looking for this, you know? But as I was walking in and as I was leaving, I was approached. And it's just like little things like that. Yeah, you can have a plan, you know, it doesn't hurt to have a plan. But if your entire life revolves around only doing things and like changing your plans or neglecting yourself, neglecting doing the things that you want to do just to like maybe run into a guy who has like a high net worth, like you're probably not going to get the same results compared to if you freaking go get your nails done and go to that massage and you're in like a hotel and then you walk out of the hotel and like there's a guy there, you know? And it's just like it fits in your lifestyle. You're not neglecting yourself. The world revolves around you. But anyway, that's my rant.
So one of the things I'm told very often because of my videos is the fact that I hate men. And I just want to clarify that there is a huge difference between hating men and decentering men. And I've done the latter. A year and a half ago, I made a very conscious decision to completely decenter men from my life. And what I mean by decentering is that I will no longer think, feel, act, dress or plan my life around the guy being my compass. Because in the past, whenever I got into a long-term relationship, I would find myself giving myself too much for someone when I should have never been with them in the first place. But now that I'm older, I've come to realize that any guy that isn't the one that helps you flourish and thrive is bad for you. The mere existence of the wrong guy in your life will take away your attention and will completely up your timelines. They are taking up mental space and your energy, and these are things that you cannot measure, but it's the only thing that actually matters. And I'll tell you what's happened once I decentered men. I started sleeping better. I've now started taking care of my body. I got a promotion at my work. I built a well-paying career out of social media simply because I now had the time and energy to think, feel, speak. Most importantly, I've come back to alignment. My thoughts, my feelings, my actions are now focused on one thing, which is my well-being and improving the quality of my life. I'm sure that a right guy will bring me the same amount of peace, but it is quite hard to find that person. But until I find that guy, I will not be influenced by society or my age or what people tell me. I'm reserving my soft girl energy for only and only the right guy.
Y'all would be with men for years, performing all kind of labor and duties and birthing children and all kinds of stuff. And you'll bring it up to the man and the man will say, I ain't asked you for all that. Hey man, men are not nice people. Men are not nice. Men live in a totally different reality than women. Men know that nice will get you killed, right? My father was a mean man. Very crass, curt. I never got the luxury of believing like the world was this fantasy place. From early on, my pops used to tell me, men are not your friends. Men want to fuck you in your hole. Which friend? My father's an old Jamaican man. This shit, are y'all sure y'all the most educated? Because ain't no way that y'all could see how men are and still end up in the situations that y'all end up in. It's no way. And there will be comments from women saying, that's why I get money from them and I get what I can and I use them and I don't have no feelings and all. I ain't talking about none of that nonsense. Men can't give me shit. I don't want nothing from men. When I wanted to buy my Porsche, I went and bought my Porsche with my own money. When I'm ready to buy a pair of Louboutins, I go buy them with my own money. The only place I trade my time for money is at a job and my business. So I'm not talking about none of that nonsense. A lot of y'all ain't even really getting that from men because most of these men don't even have a disposable income. Y'all getting a little bill paid here or there and a meal. Y'all not really getting it like that. And the men who really got money like that ain't throwing it away to y'all. Men don't become rich by doing stupid shit with their money. So all that talk is nonsense that women tell themselves to think that they're getting something out of the deal, right? Dealing with men. And I ain't talking about having no feelings, right? You can love a man, but understand that they're not nice people. Men come to us for niceties. They come to us for a soft place to land. They come to us for kindness and all that. Men are not like that. They don't reciprocate that. I don't know what it's going to take to get that in y'all head. I don't even have a lot of experience with men, and I know that. And I attribute that to watching my father deal with women. Y'all know how old Jamaican men are. Are all men, I'm not saying men are dogs and all this stuff, like, because y'all about to come with that nonsense too, and y'all hate men, and y'all come with that dumb shit that's not even sparing you of nothing. A lot of y'all allow men to run over and through you, and then you become bitter and mad at them for being who they are. It's y'all are the problem. Because you go into situations thinking that men are not like us. Again, men live in a different reality, which requires different from them. They may take off some of the edge when they come around us if they develop feelings for us, but they're not nice people. And before the men come, oh, it's the men you deal with. Please. No, it's not. It's all of y'all. Men are with us for their own reasons, whatever their reasons are, whether it be had their children, fun, or whatever it is. Right? They don't put their lives on hold for us, even their wives and kids. They don't put their lives on hold like women do. For y'all do shit in hopes of receiving something. Men know that's not how life works. The first law of nature is self-preservation. So preserving myself is understanding that men are not like me. Men are not my friends. If I'm with a man, he's not my friend. He ain't my bestie, and I find women for that. Women are friends with me. I don't sleep with my friends. I don't kiss my friends in the mouth. Men are not my friends. And if a relationship dissolves, then there is nothing else. There's no attachments. That's still my friend, and we still chop it up. There's none of that. That's it. Because men are not my friends. And I'm not jaded or bitter or anything like that. I could love a man, but I understand never to get comfortable. Never believe men are not nice people. Men develop into who they need to be for survival. Men are in constant survival mode, and that includes with women, because they don't want to be hurt either. And please stay out of my comments with the misandry and you using men, and please, y'all ain't even giving it up like that. Please. That's a defense mechanism. Because babies are still being born. Y'all still begging men for dates and money and bill paying. Please, ain't nobody got time for none of that shit. I'm just talking about using your brain, preserving yourself. Stop centering men, believing that you want to get something out of the deal. A lot of y'all be kowtowing and laboring and doing all this shit because you don't want him to get it from somebody else. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I believe that there are women here who are here to please men. They are pleasure sources. They are semen receptacles. And that's where they need to go. That's not what my body is for. Every time I talk about that, there's always women, well, what about your needs? I don't need to share my body with men. I don't need to be penetrated. That's what many of you are here for. That's not me. A lot of y'all are here to cook and clean and have their babies, and I'm not here for none of that. So, think. Get out of male-centeredness, because that's getting y'all nowhere. Y'all so smart and you know men and y'all always have all this fucking knowledge and still get ran over and ran through. My life force is for me. I'll be 45 this year and I don't plan on looking old and haggard because some man ran me into the ground. Because I created some type of fantasy in my head that men are not ever going to give y'all what y'all think y'all want. They're gonna do whatever it is necessary to gain access, and that's it. And men say, older women are bitter and all this stuff. I'm not bitter. But are women bitter? Sure. But what happens is you get older and you realize who men are, right? Young women think, oh, they're my friends and they're so nice. And then men want to fuck you. Men want to use your body to bring forth their life forces. Right? Can men love us? In their way. But most women don't know what love is. Most humans have no idea what love is. So y'all expecting something from men that y'all don't even know what it is. But all I'm saying is men are not nice people. Stop expecting them to be like women. A lot of you want men to be internally women and externally men. No. Never gonna happen. Never has, never will.